All right, ladies and gentlemen, Miz Monday, episode 14. Hope everyone's fantastic. Hope you had a great 2 weeks. I have not been on here for 2 weeks, but I am back. Hope everyone's fantastic. Since I've talked to you, the Tigers have split a doubleheader against Oakland, so that's 1-1. They got swept in a 2-game series against Minnesota, so that's 1-3. They took 2 out of 3 from San Diego, so that's 3-4, and then they lost 3 out of 4. So they're 5-7. Is that correct? 12 games? Shit, I don't know. I should have done the math before. But whatever it is, it's been pretty piss poor baseball. Let's be honest. 5-7 is actually better than I thought. If that's actually what it is, because this long weekend or in Toronto that just happened was brutal. So let me get this off my chest first. This team is now 41-62, so they're 21 games under 500, which is obviously terrible. But the thing is, you're in every game still because of your pitching. The defense has been horrific, almost as bad or worse than the offense, which is very hard to fathom. But the offense and the defense really have not, you're struggling to get 5 hits a game plus more than 3 runs, and you're struggling defensively. I'm going to call Baez out here. Javier Baez he struggles to make a routine throw to first base. He leads the major leagues in errors. I did not anticipate that being a category he led in. Nor do the Tigers. I don't think the Tigers anticipated that. Unfortunately, it's happened, and you got to point at the coaching staff to fix that. But if you're going to point at AJ Hinch and say to play somebody else at shortstop, you don't have anybody else. I'm not pointing the finger at AJ. A lot of people are starting to turn on AJ, which understandably, that's fine. The team's been terrible. You can turn on whoever the hell you want to turn on. But I don't think AJ's at fault here for any of this. Robbie Grossman's underperforming, Scope's underperforming by literally everyone up and down the list is underperforming besides Riley Green. And he's only been here for probably a month, just over a month. So, I mean, there's no way you can even, that's too small of a sample size for him, but he's actually been our most steady player. And Eric Haas has really turned it on. But what bothers me with Hinch, though, I'm going to go back to that, is his lineups are not consistent. You got Haas in there 2 games, and you go Barnhart again. Barnhart's terrible. I'm sick of watching him catch. I mean, I don't see any major differences defensively, and Haas is 10 times better offensively, and you struggle offensively, and you put Barnhart in there 3 out of 4 games. It makes no sense to me. It really does make no sense. So the deadline's tomorrow. It's less than 24 hours away. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. The Tigers have 4 players that absolutely need to go at minimum. Fulmer's on the block, Chafin's on the block, Grossman and Barnhart are the 4 guys you got to try to flip for something. Because if you don't get anything for those guys, they're just walking at the end of the year. You're not getting anything for them. They're just walking away. Are you going to get much for those guys? Probably not. Fulmer's obviously the biggest piece there in the names I mentioned. Fulmer and Chafin are probably the 2 most value you could get. Barnhart and Grossman, you're going to throw. I mean, that's basically just throwaways. You're just looking to get something for them in return, and so they don't just walk and you get nothing. I don't know where Al is at. He's made no moves yet. A lot of moves have been made today, but Tigers have been not one of those teams involved. So he's got about 23 hours left, just under 23 hours, 22. He's got about 22 and a half hours left to figure out what he wants to do. I could see Candelario being a trade piece. He's had a real nice last 10 games. Maybe his value increased a little bit. How much, I don't know. But I could see him going. I'm hearing Skubal rumors. I would highly recommend keeping Tarek Skubal. Yes, you need pieces around him to hit, and obvious, but I think you're going to try to trade for Skubal when you already have a Skubal. So I don't think that makes any sense to do, and I think you hang on to Tarek Skubal, in my opinion. Obviously, need position players around him that can hit. But I think pitching and our bullpen's a strength still. Soto, Lang, Foley stay. I can see Fulmer, Chafin going. Jimenez might get dealt. But I think you have those 3 guys are back-end guys, and you're going to get Funkhauser back. You still got Cisnero. You can still have a solid bullpen if you get rid of those 3 guys. Chafin, Jimenez, and what's his name? Chafin, Jimenez, Fulmer. And I think Fulmer's absolutely the clear one you have to make sure you get rid of because he's a free agent in the offseason. You're probably not re-signing him. The only way you don't get rid of Fulmer is you're guaranteed to resign. Like you resign him right away after the trade deadline if you want to hang on to him. But you cannot let him walk at the end of the year and go to free agency and just get nothing for him. That's an absolute no. As for the team as a whole, like I said, it's been piss poor baseball. Like for example, yesterday's game, we had 4 errors. Yesterday's game, 3 total hits. We had more errors than hits in yesterday's series wrap up in Toronto. We lost. I don't even remember the score. It was 4-5 to 1, maybe something like that. Let me double check here since I have it right in front of me. Let me go here. What was it? 4-1. 4-1. We lost. We had 4 errors yesterday. It's just absolutely. It's hard to wrap your head around. It's just brutal. The one bright spot's been the bullpen. You're probably going to trade some pieces, so your bullpen's going to take a hit. But I still think you got enough arms down there to salvage a really good pen going forward. We'll see what happens, though. We'll see where L's at. I hope to do a video tomorrow if they make a lot of moves, like discuss those real quick 3-4 minute video. So you might get 2 videos from me this week, tonight and tomorrow. And I plan on live streaming tonight's game that starts in 5 minutes. So thank you guys. Like I said, Tigers are currently 41-62, so they're 21 under. They got a 3-game series in Minnesota starting tonight, and then they're back home Thursday for a 4-game series over the weekend against Tampa Bay, the Tampa Bay Rays. So we'll see what happens there, guys. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Like I said, if a lot of moves are made tomorrow, I might do a quick video about the trade deadline, and hopefully it makes our team better. Guys, thank you very much. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your guys' week. Howdy.